When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish,
the podcast that's single and ready for Pringles.
Oh, not single as a Pringle.
No, because Pringles are notoriously not single. They're polyamorous. They're chock full of Pringles in a can.
Why do people say that then? Because it rhymes?
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Okay. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And today, drink your juice, Shelby.
Yeah, I now understand the famous line. We're going to talk about Steel Magnolias. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I do. I was confused because I was confused as to why I would be confused. Yes, I do understand the famous line. We're going to talk about Steel Magnolias.
We're going to talk about Steel Magnolias, gay classic icon. You'll get your gay card taken away if you haven't seen it. Why did it take us this long to get to this? Steel Magnolias.
Yes, but should it be a gay classic is what we're going to cover in part of the episode.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some people already had violent reactions to that question alone. So come join us and listen.
Come join us. Come. Spell come, everyone.
Spell come.
But first, we no like real feedback or corrections or no 100 words. We don't even have any Gayest and Straightest. As near as I could tell, nobody's listening, Kyle. They're like just totally checked out.
So we're a podcast.
Yeah.
that's every podcast is no one's actually listening to them.
Is that true? Like everybody's just too overwhelmed. Like they're just like out of spoons completely.
Yeah. We're all like watching Heated Rivalry and
except
me and like thinking about our next like jump off a ledge.
Oh God. Okay. Do we need it before we start for this episode?
Maybe. I'm in a good place, Mike.
Great. Well, okay. So, we've threatened to do our own feedback.
That would rely on us remembering what our last episode was.
Stalking, Kyle. Were you
Stalking.
there?
That's right. I edited it, so I listened to it a bunch and then posted it.
Not even Kyle is listening to our show. Everybody,
I'm legally required to listen to our show to edit it, so I do have to. Stalking was a good episode. I liked it.
I liked it too. We tried something new, didn't we?
What did we try that was new?
Doing personal stuff at the top.
Oh, yeah, that's so unimportant though.
Okay. Well,
I mean, like no one, yeah.
Nobody cares.
I don't know. Maybe people care about the programming of usually we plan our segments in advance when we do our production meeting. And then we plan to talk about the personal aspect of it near the end. And I think some of the feedback recently has been like that our episodes can be a little bit dry and information heavy. And like we tried putting personal stuff up front so that could appear throughout the episode and hopefully add a little bit more personality and emotion to the rest of the episode. So I don't know. Yeah. We're trying it.
So we're trying it. If you're listening to this on the Patreon feed, the Patreon happy hours tonight. So come to that. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific. Look in the app, or in the website for the link to the Zoom.
Yeah. That's May 6th. Just to validate that you're on the right day.
And then come see us at PopCon. So we are going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana for PopCon on Saturday, May the 16th. That is at 6 p.m. Eastern time in the main exhibit hall. So come say hey.
Yeah. I mean, don't say hey while we're recording because that's rude.
That's true.
Say hey after.
Say hey after. Or before if you see us running around. But I'm going to be dressed like a furry. So
you're going to cosplay while you're there?
Well, if I can.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring a bunch of money and hope I can buy a costume.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a good time to buy a costume if you wanted one. I bet you can buy like a fur tail or whatever they're called.
Oh, a fur butt plug?
Ooh, yeah. They got to sell those.
And then just cut a little hole in the pants. And
let it... Like if you were a werewolf.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's we've done this part of the show. Now the news.
Shut your mouth hole, it's time for your ear holes. News, news, news.
News the first, Kyle.
Yeah.
AOC, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, was asked by TMZ if she thought there would be a female or gay president first. And her response was, quote, "We don't know if we haven't already had a gay president. I think there are chances that maybe we have, but I don't know." Question to you, Kyle Getz, is that an okay response?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm super down for like whatever she says or does. Mostly, it's like me talking to a guy on Grindr. Like I'm down for whatever. So I don't think she can do any wrong in my eyes. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. That's kind of funny, like way to not actually answer this thing that puts women and gay people against each other in a shitty way that it doesn't need to be. Like it's a fun topic of conversation for like if you and I were to talk about it, like just like two idiots, but like to ask a political person to have this, I don't know. I think that it was a very good sidestep and a funny sidestep, and maybe made people think.
I mean, we're talking about it, so it made me think. That's why we're here. But I think there's a couple of like ways to slice it up. Right, the first is this whole thing about like, is somebody gay if they're not out? The second is yes. Yeah. My answer is yes. Is somebody gay if they existed at a time when that didn't even exist as an identity? And
also,
is it fair to retroactively apply that to them based on their conduct and things?
Yes.
And then third, is there a distinction to be made between a gay president, even if we have had one, given those first two things? Or is it important that we need to be tracking the first out gay president as the thing that actually matters? And then the last way to slice it is just like, yeah, gay people and women have been like equally unwelcome in the White House, I think, and pitting them against each other is dumb. And I think she handled that gracefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel very strongly in that I just said yes to a lot of the questions you asked. And do you agree with my answers to those?
Yes, Kyle, but if I just if we just agreed, you know.
Oh no, we're agreeing. This is horrible podcast material.
But in response to this pink news, then did a list of like potentially gay ex-presidents, which I thought was interesting. Cool. And of course, number one, do you know number one?
Andrew Buchanan?
James Buchanan, but I'm very proud of you for getting half of it right. He was the president right before Lincoln and is considered one of the worst presidents of all time by several measures. And that includes the current occupant of the White House. But he was a lifelong bachelor. He had an intimate relationship with future Vice President William Rufus King. They lived together for more than a decade. People in Washington, D.C., including Andrew Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, referred to them as Miss Nancy and Aunt Fancy. Like their gayness was like an open secret in Washington, D.C. at the time. So we probably have had a gay president, even if he would never have called himself that or admitted to it if he could have.
Yeah. I will say that one of the reasons that I think it's important to call people gay, even though we didn't have those labels, is that I think there's a chance that people believe, I think particularly for trans people, I think maybe a lot of people have come around on the gay thing, but not enough. For gay and trans people, like the belief is that this is a new thing, and like Tumblr made them learn about these new labels. And it's like, no, like gay and trans people have existed throughout centuries. We haven't used those words for them, but they have been around since humans have existed. And we need to communicate that in a simple way to dum-dums. And by explaining to them that the language wasn't available to use is not a fun, useful spending of time that's going to go right over their heads. So just like gay people have always existed is an easy phrase that we can say that I still believe is basically true.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board with most of that, I think. Yeah.
No, what are you not? We have to find the differences. What are you not on board with?
Just the idea that I think that like is it the Worf's appear hypothesis that like you can't think about things you don't have the language for. Like the way our brains are structured, if there aren't words to describe it, you can't think of it or conceive of it. So I don't know that people like, yes, trans people have always existed, And trans people themselves wouldn't have had the language to describe their transness and might have experienced it as extreme discomfort or like dysphoria in ways that they didn't have the vocabulary to describe. It certainly wasn't an identity that they would have had. Same with gay people. And I think that when historians are like, okay, most historians are like straight white dudes and they're just fucking stupid. But I think a lot of historians, if they have a point that is worth talking about, it's just to look back at people before there even was the word gay or the identity of gay, to like retroactively saying were they gay can be it's just an interesting exercise of like, if you were to somehow be able to like time travel them to the present, would they arrive at the identity of gay? Maybe, who knows, right? It's I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I guess there's like the more like thought starter conversation piece of it. There's also the functional, what are we going to do with this? And I'm not going to try to argue with someone about, if we're trying to talk about gay people have always existed, I'm not going to get into this separate discussion with them and like validate that maybe they're right because gay has like, yeah. So like functionally, I will just go with gays have always existed. But like from a like, in an agreeing situation where everyone's down and on board, then talking about this, I think is interesting.
There's also the ridiculous, like dude A was a lifelong bachelor and got arrested 14 times for sodomy and lived with another dude that also he sodomized. They were very good friends, right? Like that's
yeah.
Oh my God. Also on the list though is JFK, Barack Obama, LBJ, who apparently had a giant penis. Just had to say that, has nothing to do with this list. But also Alexander Hamilton, which not a president. So I think.
Wait, what?
Also Alexander Hamilton, who was not a president.
He wasn't a president?
No, he was not a president.
Did you know what Spanish for BJ is?
No, what?
LBJ.
LBJ. Oh, that's fantastic. News the second, Kyle.
Yeah, let's do it.
Arthur Blank, who is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, that's football, has reportedly donated $1 million to the Trevor Project.
Oh, that seems nice, and I'm suspicious.
Yeah, just the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation made a $1 million donation to the Trevor Project, and they took former NFL player and homosexual Carl Nassib, who's hot, who came out as gay while playing for the Las Vegas Raiders, made a statement, quote, "I'm incredibly grateful to the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation for their extraordinary $1 million donation to the Trevor Project and everyone at the Atlanta Falcons for their heartfelt support." And yeah, it's just, they didn't have to. There's no like, aren't we awesome? It's just $1 million showed up and that's who it was from.
Wow. Is this, I'm so tainted and that you say this and I'm waiting for the like, and Republican Senator, whatever the fuck, said he hated us, or I'm waiting for the negative slant of the story, or what. He didn't actually donate $1 million. He donated $2 million. Like, I'm just waiting for the bad thing.
No bad thing that I can see, at least not yet. There are no active NFL players publicly playing at present, and none have come out since Nassib did 5 years ago.
Wow.
But this might signal a shift, maybe?
You think he's donating because someone's gay?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but these are the kinds of donations that usually are meant to build communities and show the values of an organization. And so if they're indicating like, hey, maybe queer kids killing themselves is bad, that's, they're putting their money behind that message, and that might indicate a willingness to be more supportive of gay people, at least within their organization. And maybe we'll see a gay Atlanta Falcons tight end soon.
You had to. Yeah, that's really cool. Wow. That's amazing.
Look, Kyle, I got to work pretty fucking hard to come up with positive news stories. So
no, I just don't trust it because everything is horrible. So I need to revisit my own personal philosophy on life.
News the last, Kyle.
Yeah.
In the EU, the European Parliament has voted in favor of a proposed EU-wide ban on conversion therapy.
Oh, didn't the UK just be like, no, conversion therapy is cool for everyone? Like, didn't they have something in the news recently?
That's an oversimplification, but the UK famously...
I'm Kyle. I'm oversimplifier extraordinaire.
The UK doesn't belong to the EU anymore. Hashtag Brexit.
Oh, right.
So doesn't impact them at all. But the vote took place on April 29th. It is now being sent to the European Commission, and that's the main executive body that can introduce the legislation. So the issue was discussed following a petition from the European Citizens Initiative, and it featured more than 1.2 million signatures they've been collecting since 2024 in support of conversion therapy ban. In a statement published on the 29th, EESC President Seamus Boland said, quote, "These so-called conversion practices or therapies are not only harmful, they are a profound violation of human dignity and fundamental rights. Let's be absolutely clear. There is nothing to fix or cure. What needs to change is not people, but the systems, attitudes, and structures that deny them their dignity." It's already banned in 7 EU countries, including France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Greece, and Malta. And although there are a bunch of countries in the EU that will likely not be happy with anything pro-gay, I think that the critical mass is there that this will likely pass.
Nice. Wow. Another good thing.
I think I did 3 at least not shitty stories this week, Kyle.
Yeah.
AOC
Wow.
talking about homosexual presidents.
Huh.
You know,
When's the last time this happened?
the trifecta? I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe never again. We'll see. That's the news.
Speaking of the trifecta, I want to thank the following 3 new Patreon members: Aaron Schnasser, Steven, and Jonathan.
No new Patreon members again?
No new Patreon members.
Okay, listen up.
Uh-oh.
Listen, everybody.
Uh-oh.
If your name is Jonathan, you must give us money. Kyle said your name.
This is what we're doing from now on. I'm saying names, and then they have to sign up for Patreon.
It can't fail, Kyle.
I love this. Okay, yeah, Jonathan, get your ass in gear. And you know there's one Jonathan out there that's like, oh, fuck, it's always me. Like, no one ever picks Jonathan. Yeah, if you want 3 episodes a day early, if you want to support the show, if you want to join our Patreon happy hour, which Mike already told you about, if you want to use Mike's hole, if you want merch and to develop your own episode, lots of good stuff, then go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast.
Do it.
Do you want to talk about Steel Magnolias?
Okay, Kyle. Yes.
Okay.
I want to talk about Steel Magnolias. And listen up, everybody.
Oh, okay.
You have had 37 years to see this movie. If I spoil this movie talking about this movie, fuck you. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. If you're that worried about spoilers, then shut this podcast off, go watch it, and then come back. But I'm not going to not talk about this ancient ass movie because I'm worried about spoiling anything.
Is there a statute of limitations on spoiler alerts? Like,
I think 10 years.
I was going to say 10. That's the number that jumped to mind, but I don't know why. But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But even if there is a statute of limitations that's like generally agreed as true, I still am going to take this opportunity to rant.
Okay, good.
Do you want to talk about Steel Magnolias?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. I think we have 2 missions, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
The first is to figure out why gay people love this movie, especially gay men of a certain age.
Yes.
And second, we need to figure out if it is bad, good, good, bad, or bad, bad, because it is definitely not good, good.
Wow, taking that option off the table. Okay.
It is not. I will fight anybody.
There are people that are going to hate this episode.
I'm sure.
Oh, man, there are people that are going to hate this. This is
and when they're seething and raging and about to keyboard flame me, drink your juice.
I think I've said this before. If you love a topic that we are covering, you will hate our episode about it. Yeah. We will surely not cover the thing you care about most. We will surely shit on it a little bit because we shit on everything at least a little bit. And you're just not going to have a good time. This is not going to be fun for you.
Yeah.
This is the worst opening to a no. We are encouraging no one to actually listen to this episode. Everyone has navigated away and done a different, better thing.
Sure.
Why? Okay. Why are we talking about this in general? You were the one that decided you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I think that, I'm pushing 50-ish, and I think that, like, especially men my age and up, Steel Magnolias is like one of those legit, I'm going to take away your gay card if you haven't seen this movie. It's just one of those things in the zeitgeist that's like required for entry into gay conversation circles. And I mean, that's been true the entire time I've been out, and I came out in 2008. And I think that it's one of those things that we just absolutely owe it to ourselves and the show to talk about at some point, and that point has arrived.
I don't think we've ever done a movie though like this as the episode topic.
We've done TV shows.
Have we?
We did Golden Girls.
Oh,
didn't we?
Oh. Or was that the book? I mean, there's a book chapter called that. Did we do no, we did Betty White.
I don't fucking know, Kyle. It's been too long. This is episode 490.
500 is right around the corner.
500 is right around the corner. Get your questions and answers ready, everybody.
Yeah.
No, just questions. We provide the answers.
You answer your own question. Kyle, what's your favorite food? Oh, it's broccoli. Okay. I totally agree with you on why we're talking about this. I don't think we've done a movie. We've gone on We Read Movies and talked about movies on their podcast, but I don't think we've ever done that. Like, and this I think is one of those that is worthy of its own episode, given, like you said, the people's gay men's, especially, his opinion of this movie. And for me personally, this is actually one of the origins of the podcast, which you know this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I met someone I was doing a reading at some event, and I met someone else who was also part of the show. They did, I don't know, some kind of wasn't watching because I was backstage. And anyway, it doesn't matter. I met someone that was gay. We decided to meet up for drinks or something. I don't think it was a date. I don't know if he thought it was a date, but I don't think it was a date. I thought it was just friends meeting up. That none of this matters. And he sent over a play that he wanted my feedback on, because I'm used to doing that through writing groups of like providing feedback. So I was like offered to help and read it. And so I was like, in reading it, I was like, oh, I just didn't understand this line, drink your juice, Shelby. That seemed like out of place. And he was like, you don't understand drink your juice, Shelby? And I was like, no. What? And he was like, have you ever seen Steel Magnolias? And I said, no. And then he called me deficient.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the word. I knew that it was particularly pointed. I didn't remember deficient being the word.
Deficient was the word he used to describe me. And that was one of the, not the only contributor. There's a lot of reasons we started the show and talked about stereotypes in this way.
In that moment, how hard did you get that he was treating you bad?
Okay. I don't think emotional degradation is necessarily the kind that I'm up for.
Okay, great.
Like, ruin my mental health, Daddy. Yeah. My therapist stood me up the other day.
Oh,
she didn't show up. I don't know if what her motivations were, but she just didn't show up.
Did you have the day right?
I did. I texted her. I think this is me. The last text message we said is confirming this current date and time. And I said, I think we have an appointment, right? I know we do. It's right there. But I said, I think we have an appointment right now. And she later was like, sorry, missed it. So she's never done that before. So she gets a pass once. Anyway, yes, he called me deficient. And that was inspired some of the, I feel like we do that. We talked I think maybe earlier in the show, we talked way more about taking away your gay card as a phrase that we need to retire, because that's a really shitty thing to say to someone. And I think fucking Dan always talked more about you punching your punch card as a different way of viewing it. Like, let's add things to your card. Let's add new experiences if you haven't had them. Like, it's fun and exciting to be able to teach someone or help someone see a new piece of media that they haven't and explain why it's important to people. It's not fun to be like, you're a shitty, terrible gay because you haven't seen this movie.
Totally. 100%.
If the end goal is to get them to watch the movie, then saying they're a shitty person does not help inspire that.
That's not the end goal. I think if everybody was honest with themselves, they would realize that they're trying to garner a sense of superiority by having some kind of in that the other person doesn't. And people, there are certain kinds of people, most of them are pretty broken, that that like need to be better than in order to feel okay about themselves.
Well, I think we were on the out group for so long that this is one of the ways that you can feel like an in group. And that's something that we didn't have growing up. So I think this is why like some gay people can turn around and discriminate against trans people or black people or, name other group here, because they can't take their experiences and be like, oh, that was horrible, I don't want any other person to experience that. They're like, oh, finally, I'm like, being gay is kind of cool now. So I can be gay and be on the inside and be popular and be, relevant or whatever.
Yep. Totally. I totally agree.
I think it's like a coping mechanism from our fucked up childhoods.
Okay, we're going to talk about personal stuff first before we get into the history of the movie.
So there was more personal stuff.
Did you like it?
Oh,
we watched it recently. We watched it for this episode. Neither of us had seen it before.
You hadn't seen it either.
No,
I didn't remember that.
Neither of us had seen it, so it's our first time. So fresh off the presses, Kyle, did you like the movie?
Yeah, it was good.
That's Kyle for no.
No, it was good. Like, I think what you're hearing in my voice is I didn't walk away being like, I am changed or I have arrived as a gay man. I didn't say like, oh, I pinned this as a cult classic immediate. I know immediately after watching it that it should be a classic film. I didn't walk away with any of that. I was like, okay, yeah, that was good. Yeah. And that was all I felt about it. So I definitely didn't have the same experience that other people did.
I enjoyed my time, and same on the not being transformed by this film. I thought it was campy as fuck. And a lot of it was like ridiculous, over the top. Oh my God. And I don't know. We're going to talk a little more about that, in another segment. I'm not sure how much of that has always been true versus aging, because it was the film came out in 1989. Some basics. I know you're going to talk about basic stuff about the movie here in a second, but like came out in 1989. A insane cast. Yeah. Oh my God. As Julia Roberts and Sally Field and Olympia Dukakis and Shirley MacLaine and Dolly Parton on top of Tom Skerritt and very, very young Dylan McDermott. And like, this movie does not deserve that cast, in my opinion.
I disagree. I think that it was basically a character study for these actors, and part of it, like the structure of it, was less classic film structure and more, the story of these women's lives and their experience. And so it was like I think an actor would love to play one of these parts because of that ability. And I think the acting was one of the great parts about it. So
Dolly Parton was Dolly Partoning hard in this film, by the way. Her like quippy one-liner thing is like so much a part of her character and her persona in everything that she does. And this script and the opportunities that it presented her and her character nailed Dolly Partonisms.
Yes, for sure. I, as someone who knows Dolly Parton, but only like her more recent appearance, and like she's not like an actress in my mind. Like that's not what she is. She's a singer and a campy figure, a public figure.
Daryl Hannah, fucking Daryl Hannah was in this movie.
Hannah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like I didn't understand her as an actress really. That kind of, I never really watched Dolly Parton films, so I didn't really get that. But this, I got it. Like she fit this part so perfectly.
Yeah. I think my favorite was Olympia Dukakis, by the way.
Which one was that?
Clary.
Oh, see, mine was Weezer.
Weezer. Okay.
I wrote down notes during the movie while I was watching. And when she first showed up on screen, I was like, I don't know who this is, but I love her. She was walking her fucking dog and couldn't walk
just
straight.
A bitch.
Yeah. And I was just like, I love this woman, whatever is happening with her.
Have you seen Shirley MacLaine in anything? Do you recognize her as an actress? Like
I know the name because she's just famous enough that like you just know her name and you don't know why. So yeah, that's where I'm at with her.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
I don't know were we supposed to take that character seriously?
Which one was she?
Weezer. Like Shirley MacLaine playing Weezer Boudreaux.
We're supposed to see her as this shitty, mean, angry woman at first, and come to find out she has like more depth than expected, and actually is part of the group and loved by the group. And Clary like showed that through kind of being a bitch to her, near the end of the film when she was like, hit her.
So weird to me.
What?
I would not put up with that person in real life. So like the fact she comes in hot and cunty at the very beginning, and then like we're supposed to believe there's this like somehow like feminine attraction that they all have together, and I don't get it. I didn't get it. I think it's trying to represent that we all have more depth than our initial impressions might appear. Okay.
I think that's one of the parts of the story.
We can keep talking about our opinions throughout the show, and I hope we do, Kyle.
And we will, and I shall.
Also, while we're talking about opinions,
okay,
have we talked about this on the show before? That I don't like Julia Roberts.
Was she one of the people? No, you said Jennifer Aniston was fine, which I just thought was really funny, because who's just indifferent about Jennifer Aniston? Everyone loves her. It's just really funny to me. No, go tell me about Julia Roberts.
I just think she's dramatically overrated. Like her accent was fucking horrible. It was all over the place.
My first note of this is, oh boy, a full movie with Julia Roberts doing a Southern accent. Here we go.
Well, hold on.
Literally my first note.
Isn't she from Georgia?
Oh, is she?
I think she's from Georgia.
Oh,
I could be making that
how
up.
she sounds?
No. It's not how she sounds. This movie takes place in Louisiana, in rural Louisiana to boot, and it's just like it's not a Georgian accent, plus a couple of weird things. It's like you have to. Yeah, she's from Atlanta, Georgia, but also like has probably Californianized her way of speaking from being in the industry so long. But yeah, it was all over the South. It's like sometimes she's, at least Dolly Parton, who's, Tennessee. I think she's from Tennessee. God, I should check that out before. She didn't try. She didn't do a Louisiana accent. She just did Dolly Parton, and it worked.
Yeah.
Also, Olympia Dukakis not nailing the accent either, but also she's from Massachusetts. So I don't know. I just found that distracting. Yeah, I found that distracting. And Julia Roberts, I don't understand her. The only movie that I've ever seen her in that I was impressed by her performance was August Osage County. And other than that, I find her incredibly boring. And now this was not a boring role. Shelby was not a boring role, but I don't think she nailed it.
Really? Do you know she got an Oscar nomination? The only Oscar nomination of this film was for Julia Roberts.
She got an Oscar nomination. Maybe it's just like with Taylor Swift, Kyle. Maybe other people are connecting to and seeing something that I just am not. Like, I want to understand.
I mean, yes, they are. They clearly are, because she's a multiple Oscar award nominee. Maybe a multiple Oscar award winner?
Great.
No, just one.
Great. I do not find that invalidating to my opinion, but that's fine.
I was just saying that, like, yes, confirming that other people see something you don't.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. And I do think, I said this a little bit ago, I do think that probably a lot of this movie just didn't age well. The 80s are a very different time, like in terms of like just cinema shorthand for things, sensibilities about what to emphasize and what not to, pacing, like all of those things have changed over the last 30 plus years. And so I don't know. I don't know. Had it been, I just don't know how much of my like opinions about the film to attribute to age as opposed to how the film was at that time in that context, Yeah,
I mean, we'll definitely talk about the aging of the film in terms of why it's a gay cult classic. We need to that has to be one of the things that angles we look at when we discuss that. So we'll talk more about that later.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about the history of Steel Magnolias, Kyle.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so Robert Harling wrote it, and he wrote it in 10 days as a play. Do you know this already?
Yeah. I need to rework some plans of my segment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. This is clearly your lane that I encroached on.
I mean, yeah, okay. Basically, his sister died His sister is Shelby. Shelby is Susan. Susan Harling Robinson. She died of type 1 diabetes and kidney failure complications from that in 1985. And she also insisted on having a baby against the advice of her doctor. There was a family member that donated a kidney. That transplant failed. And then her son, Robert, which just like Jackson and Jack Jr. in the film, Robert is the author and the nephew is named after him. But anyway, it's just like he wrote it in 10 days, and he said he wrote it as a short story for his nephew to capture a record of who his mother was. And he told the Today Show, quote, 10 days later, that's all it took because I had lived the story. And
fuck him.
Why? What?
Fuck him, because I spend so much time writing shit and it takes me so much time to think about what I want to write. And as I'm writing, I do it bad, and I have to go back and like rework it, and I have to change stuff. And it's just such a long drawn out process to like write something. And he just in 10 days was like, here's this thing that's going to get an Oscar nomination eventually. God, I hate him.
Okay. Well, great.
It's like sometimes every now and then the muse strikes you and you like are just transported and just write what you want. Sometimes you're on cocaine and you feel great about what you're doing and write something in 10 days. And I wish I could I wish I could feel the touch of the muse.
Well, but you have a process, you know.
Do I? Sure. Okay.
She died in 1985, and the play opened off-Broadway in 1987. It opened at the WPA Theater March 28th, 1987, and then it transferred to the Lucille Lortel Theater on June 19th, 1987. It didn't close until 1990 after 1,126 performances. Margot Martindale, we love Margot Martindale,
yes,
was the original off-Broadway Truvy. That's the Dolly Parton character. And yeah, okay, so here's the thing, Kyle. First, Robert Harling is openly gay. So if we're looking for like, you know, ways that it speaks to queer sensibilities, it might be because it was a queer man that wrote it.
Yes. I did not discover this until like well into my research. I don't know why more places didn't mention that he was gay as one of the reasons it's a gay cult classic.
Yep. That seems like the easiest explanation than like all of the other like roads to the answer.
Yes. Yes.
But also the play, unlike the movie, has 0 male speaking roles. The play has no men on stage. Every husband, doctor, son, ex-boyfriend talked about, never seen, and they never speak. Now,
as men should be.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but also as like sort of interesting and groundbreaking as that might have been, that you can't make a movie in 1989 and not have a leading man and men on screen and. So Tom Skerritt, Sam Shepard, Dylan McDermott, Dylan Walsh, all added. But I think as an experiment, as a writing experiment, this idea of like gay men being into empowered women and him going through this personal tragedy with his sister and then choosing to channel that into a play where there are no men, there's something happening there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Harling himself was asked about it, and he said, yeah, men in the play world are lumped in with children and dogs as somewhat unruly forces that must be managed by the women. And Tom Skerritt, like shooting a gun, like boom, boom into the air to scare off the birds is like, you know, that's just, who does that? Nobody.
That was bugging the shit out of me too. I get it, Sally Field.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we can't get away from the fact that there are, I'm going to talk about this when we get to another segment here. God, we're already running along. Jesus Christ, Kyle. They're all white. All the characters are white. Like all of the casting was white. Like it's anytime that we start having like Southern women, even if it's Southern women supporting other Southern women, it's almost always through a white lens that is very classist and racist in a lot of the structures. And this film definitely carried all of that forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the times you see people of color, like I think the first person of color I remember seeing was a maid or something like that, like very much was of its time in that way and did not represent the diversity of the South.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that there was an all black remake?
I did know that. Did
Great.
You know it was nominated for an Emmy?
Great.
but it was someone that I didn't recognize, so I didn't even write down their name.
Well,
that was okay. We have to mention that remake included Queen Latifah and Felicia Rashad from The Cosby Show.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And Condola Rashad played Shelby, Felicia's actual daughter. So Felicia Rashad played Claire V, and then Condola Rashad played Shelby. So the mother and daughter were in the show together.
I saw those two. I saw the cast written, and I was like, "Oh, they have the same last name," and then moved on. Like I didn't. I thought nothing of it. I'm a fucking moron.
Now, one of the choices that they decided to make was it was essentially a shot-for-shot remake, and the script was nearly verbatim. And some people have said that was an intentional choice to show that there's a seam there when black women start delivering Southern white women's dialogue, that is casting illumination on this dynamic that is like kind of a problem. But some people also took that to mean like, see, color doesn't matter. It's the same. We're all the same, which God. I don't think that's the point.
I don't think that's the point either. I don't think all lives matter is the point.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the black press complained about that at the time in 1989 when it came out. And then Tara McPherson, who's this scholar who argued that the Southern lady in most texts contains racial inequity. And she said Southern white femininity is underwritten by racial inequities. And that even though there's this like glow of all female warmth, and that kind of obscures what's happening, you don't have to look very long before you see race and racial problems. Anyway, that's enough about the history, Kyle.
Okay.
But that's the history. It's basically real life written in 10 days and went like from being written down to on the silver screen in 4 years.
Wow. What a asshole. Okay. I just took notes while I was watching the film, and we mentioned that Julia Roberts was the only Oscar nomination of the film. Who out of the rest of the cast have Oscar nominations? Go, Mike.
Olympia Dukakis, I had just won for Moonstruck like the year before.
Okay. I didn't write down years, but yes, she is a winner for Moonstruck. Sorry. I didn't mean nominees. I meant winners of Oscars.
I'm going to bet that Shirley MacLaine had won for something in like the 70s.
Okay.
Sally Field was well established by that point, and I imagine that she had won for something before that.
I don't know that they had won already, but I do know. Is there anyone else?
I don't think Dolly's ever won. Not for acting anyway. Maybe for a song or something. Daryl Hannah, probably not. Tom Skerritt, probably not. Dylan McDermott, probably not. That's my answer. Olympia Dukakis, Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field, and Julia Roberts. End of list.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it.
Fucking great.
I didn't write down years, so I don't know if it was before or after these films, but Sally Field has won twice for Norma Ray and Places in the Heart. I don't know. Shirley MacLaine was Terms of Endearment, and you are correct that Olympia Dukakis was Moonstruck. And then Julia Roberts, she was nominated, but she won for Erin Brockovich.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, so who is the main character of the film?
Great question. That's a great question. My answer is Sally Field. I think Malin is the main character.
Okay. Also, what kind of name is Malin?
I don't know.
Is that a name? Are we sure that's a name?
It comes from the same cookbook as the name Weezer, Kyle. Which, by the way, the band named themselves after her.
No way.
Yeah, no way. I made that up. I don't know if that's true or not.
You got me. You got me. You little rascal. You got me. Oh, God, I'm so gullible. I did write down in my notes what kind of name is Malin. I'm just reading back through. Okay, because the reason I bring that up, who's the main character, is because Daryl Hannah's character is the opening and the ending to the film. She's the one, when I first started watching, like you first see Daryl Hannah like walking through the city, like we are her. We're seeing things through a new lens of wonder and mystery because we don't know what's going on. I wrote down eventually after some time, I wrote down, so far I'm not sure what the plot is. I guess what's the new girl, Daryl Hannah, what's her backstory, and will Julia Roberts get married, and will that dude accidentally shoot someone with a gun? Like, these are all the things that I was like, is this the plot of the movie? And that was my guess early on. So like, this is why I say this is a character study, because like the plot kind of doesn't really start for a little bit.
This doesn't matter at all. And Sally Field kind of throws in there that they're all blanks. Malin says that the gun is only filled with blanks, when Weezer is talking about the fact that she thinks that the husband, what's his name? Dump or something. It's like
howdy, y'all, I'm Dump.
that he's gonna shoot her. He was gonna try to shoot her, and she's like, they're all blanks.
But Chekhov's gun, you have a guy shooting a gun repeatedly, and like that never came back. No one ever got shot, right?
No, because it's blanks.
Right, but yes, I know you don't get shot the first time you see the gun, but when there is a gun, someone will get shot by it.
Yes. Drum. His name is Drum.
You were kind of close.
I was kind of close. But then, because when he couldn't find his gun that had blanks in it, of course, the next most natural thing to do is firecrackers on a crossbow.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's rational.
I thought the little city was going to light up in flames. Okay. So my last question about the film that I wanted to get your take on is, we didn't really explore the Daryl Hannah is the main character, but it's Sally Field. So that's easy.
You think maybe she might be, or
that was just my red herring. It's definitely Sally Field, but the Daryl Hannah is the opening and closing kind of little stingers on the movie around a Sally Field vehicle.
Yeah, sure. Okay, great.
Why is it called Steel Magnolias?
Great question. I don't have an answer.
Do you know when the movie referenced Steel Magnolias or Steel and or Magnolias?
Let's see. They're talking about at the funeral, right? There's a line in there somewhere about magnolias, maybe, or something. Yeah. What? You tell me, Kyle.
No, I like you guessing the answer because you got the Oscar one so right and you're getting this one so wrong. So it's fun for me. No, Weezer didn't, and I spelled it like the band name because I was like, I can't write it the other way. Weezer didn't like that Sally Field's husband might have stolen the magnolias. They were talking about like which side the tree is on.
Yeah.
So that was like, so I was like, oh, steel magnolias, but it's not steel as in taking a magnolia. It's steel as in
the metal.
So yeah, then later in the, I think what you're thinking of is Sally Field said, when men are supposed to be made out of steel or something, her boys who left the room when Julia Roberts died. So like they never say steel magnolias, but the idea is that women are actually the steel magnolias. They are both tough, strong women and also have to be soft and emotional. So they are this combination of seemingly different materials.
Okay. I'm into that.
I think.
I mean, you're right, Kyle.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
It's interesting because they actually describe men as the ones that are supposed to be made of steel. So I think that the implication then is women are the real steel. So yeah. On the Patreon bonus segment, I'm going to talk about 6 life lessons we should have taken away from Steel Magnolias. And we're going to talk about the list that I found about it and decide if we agree that that is a life lesson and if it is a good life lesson.
Okay. I like that. I'm into that.
Yeah.
I'll give my opinions.
I sure hope you do. Otherwise, it'll be real quick.
Yeah. So, Kyle, what I want to know. Oh, by the way, Meg Ryan was initially cast as Shelby, but then she decided to take When Harry Met Sally instead and dropped it, and that's when Julia Roberts swooped in, which was funny because she had just gotten off of shooting Pretty Woman.
Oh.
No, hold on.
Mystic Pizza.
Pretty Woman and Steel Magnolias are like the same time period. I'm getting it fucked up in my head about like, because some people were like, yeah, she got the Oscar nom, but even though they nominated her for Steel Magnolias, she was actually getting nominated for Pretty Woman somehow. I don't know. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Is this movie camp? We've done an episode on camp, I think.
think we have.
Camp is one of those things that's super hard to define, and I'm not going to try now. But is this movie camp? And I feel like it very, very clearly is, but that's maybe just me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it is too. And I think it takes, like, it's not as obvious in your face camp as, like, I don't know, like you call the Met Gala theme camp one year and like Lady Gaga goes, you know, does her like performance on the stairs or whatever, you know, like there's over the top camp, like, but I think this is like camp in a little bit more subtle kind of way, or a way that it like fits into society a little bit more in a way, but it is still camp.
Just Shirley MacLaine huffing and puffing and dragging that dog around and yelling at it and being a bitch and having like that, and then like Dolly Partoning as the like.
I was going to say Dolly Parton's every line is camp,
and Olympia Dukakis saying everything like Samantha Jones from Sex and the City, like she was my favorite drag queen of the whole bunch, and like just like the only non-camp element I think is Sally Field, and it almost I think like legitimizes the claim that she's the main character, because just like Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, she's like the normal human, and everyone else is a caricature around her. But I think the whole thing is camp. I just don't know if it was camp in 1989. So I looked at some of the reviews of the movie from 1989 to see if I could sort of guess based on what people were saying if they thought it was camp at the time.
That's fun. I like this.
So Hal Hinson from the Washington Post wrote, quote, "You feel as if you've been airlifted onto some horrible planet of female impersonators." And now we have to put on a different lens. Is he calling it camp, or is he just a misogynist? Because this was 1989.
Oh boy.
And
I think it did get critique for its caricature of Southern women in a way that I think is not purely just anti-female, that like maybe there is something genuine to that. I don't know. Do you think this caricaturizes Southern women as like in a bad way?
There's like a cart and horse problem a little bit, I think, right? Like are Southern women actually like this, and this leads to their depiction, or is depicting Southern women like this leading to the culture that Southern women then exhibit? Is it a feedback loop kind of a thing? Because I do think of Southern women as being very over the top about a bunch of things, like their hair and keeping up with the neighbors and appearances, and the idea of propriety and what manners are very sort of prescribed. Like I think all of that is true, and I think that lends itself maybe to some of the ways that we see them in film. I don't know. Yeah. But you grew up in Texas. You're more qualified than I am. You're from Texas.
Yeah. And we did. I mean, it's interesting. I grew up in the suburbs of Houston, so it was not like Texas. We did have some friends that were like very Texan and like had the Southern draw, but like most people were not. Whenever I said I was from Texas, everyone was like, "Oh, do you ride your horse to school?" And I couldn't tell if they were joking or not. I was like, "I'm not sure if you really think I rode a horse to school, but I did not. I rode a school bus." Yeah. So Southern women, maybe some of the values are the same, or at least reflective of like some of their value, like the Daryl Hannah's fall into religion, I think is reflective of some people's view of religion. And yeah, but I don't know that I've ever seen that kind of caricature of a Southern woman in real life.
I mean, Golden Girls, Blanche Devereaux was already on TV and had been for many years by the time this movie was made. Okay, David Anson from Newsweek said that the performances belong in a drag show.
That's calling it camp.
But it's also, is that a dig at the author being gay? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely like a mean, he meant it as a mean comment, I think.
Variety magazine said that Olympia Dukakis's hamming as an art form. And I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Let's see, other words that sail out in some of these reviews: manipulative, synthetic, sentimental, soapy, tearjerker in a bad way. That like there were like a lot of tropes that were leading people to an emotional place that maybe was unearned, which I thought was interesting. Vincent Canby in the New York Times referred to the movie as containing, quote, bitchiness and greeting card truisms, and specifically said of Julia Roberts, she has, quote, the kind of mega intensity the camera can't always absorb.
There's something nice in there that he didn't say, but I don't know. Interesting.
I think that's like a cunty way of saying it was overacted.
Oh, but okay. Was this maligned during its time?
These are all 1989 reviews that I'm reading.
But did you just pick bad ones?
There are some good ones, and I'll get to some of that. Like Roger Ebert, the Chicago Sun-Times, Roger Ebert said, quote, the principal pleasure of the movie is in the ensemble work of the actresses. Sally Field's Why monologue was tremendously effective. And yeah, so like he liked it. Peter Travers from Rolling Stone said, quote, this laugh-getting, tear-jerking, part-affecting, part-appalling display of audience manipulation is practically critic-proof. And Variety also then said of Julia Roberts, she has real freshness and charm of the sort that can't be faked. Anyway, my read, though, is nobody here is calling this movie a comedy. There's no review that is just like, this insane, ridiculous, campy movie is insane, over-the-top, ridiculous, campy. That is just like lens on product of its time. It seems like everybody's taking this movie very seriously, and that is just wild to me.
I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna just mention something that I was gonna do as a separate segment. But like, apparently in the original off-Broadway production, they didn't know they were doing a comedy until the opening night, when the audience laughed during it. They all the actors thought this was a drama, and then the audience started laughing at parts, and they realized it was a comedy. So I think even in the off-Broadway play, it was the taking it seriously like a drama, but learning that it is a comedy through that.
Does that make it good, bad, or bad, good?
I
don't think it was bad. I literally did enjoy it. I was just very confused.
Okay. I think it was campy, and they were calling it campy in their own language of the time.
That might be true. Although Sontag's notes on camp was, 25 years old by then. But the last thing that I wanted to throw out here, I 100% agree. Sally Field's Why monologue was tremendously effective. I think that was my favorite piece of acting in the movie, was her little meltdown that she has on the road there, just beyond where the casket is sitting that has her daughter in it. And she goes through like the full range of emotions that are part of the cycle of grief in one monologue. And I think she does it really well and really effectively. And then they make a joke out of it that the Olympia Dukakis and Shirley MacLaine, so Clary and Weezer, have their like, well, then hit her thing that's like kind of it's problematic and hilarious at the same time. And anyway, I thought Sally Field did an amazing job with that particular scene.
Yeah, totally. I definitely agree. Yeah, I thought it was all very well acted, even if it was partially. I think Dolly Parton kind of got shit on a little bit when it came out in her performance, and that she wasn't like as on par with some of the other ladies. But yeah, I think they were all good, and even if a little campy in their own way. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to talk about my thing that I usually bring when we have female pop singers is why is this, like, do they deserve the gay recognition that they have received? And I'm going to do the same thing for this movie, where I want to ask, why is this a gay classic film? Because this is for sure a gay classic. There's no disputing that. Like, it is, you talked about it up at the top of the show, that this is one of those films that will appear in lists of gay classics, and men of certain age will absolutely reference this. And yeah, it's just, there's no denying it's a gay classic. The question is why, and does it deserve it? Why do we mentioned camp? So I think that's for sure part of what's going on here. But what else do you think? And the gay author. I think that's also part of this. Why else? You mentioned some of the things that I think play into it already in this episode.
Yeah, there was also a character that we don't see. No, we do see, but a nephew that comes out as gay, and they talk about it at the parlor, and they talk about the difficulty of that without maligning the gayness of that character. They're not like, oh, that's disgusting or he's gross. I think that like there's a little bit of Annalee has maybe some implied religious feelings about the whole thing, maybe, but like there was a coming out of a character and it wasn't like, for 1989, I thought it was a pretty warm reception. Yeah.
And they made some, I think, funny jokes that were not at the expense of gay men. They were like every gay man, they were stereotypes, which is fun. They were like every gay man has track lighting.
Yep.
And then later, of course, someone was like, yeah, I think he has track lighting. Like, of course, that had to come up again for someone and they all laugh. And then they said every gay man's name is Steve. So they had
Steven.
they had a couple jokes about gay people that, were not at the expense of gay people.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we have to remember of time. It's hard to see media today and remember that there was a time where we were fighting for scraps when it came to representation in gay media, in representation in media overall. There was so little gay media that was mainstream, and it was just like, if there was this little mention, for example, in this movie, then I think that's a big reason why gay people glommed onto it.
Yeah, I think so too.
What else?
Then gay men and powerful women. That's that's just a thing we see over and over and over again. The pop diva thing feeds that pretty strongly too. Just like badass bitches in charge, gay men perk up for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think again, with in the absence of actual gay representation, the closest we can identify with, like, we don't identify with masculine energy as much, and like the classic male stereotypes and assumptions that come along with being a man in today, or not today, and like that to society in that day. And so we identify more with the women. And so I think that's part of why we didn't have gay people to like identify with, to be like, oh yeah, that's me. The closest thing we could find was powerful women that we attached ourselves to and saw in ourselves. I read almost every article on the first page of Google when I searched for like, why is Steel Magnolia a gay classic? And it wrote down just some of the things that stood out. According to Instinct magazine, it's because gay icon Dolly Parton is in it.
I mean, that's why I wanted to see it.
Yeah. I've never seen 9 to 5.
Really? Oh my God, Kyle.
Are you going to take away my gay card?
Yes, give it to me. No, I'm going to present you with the opportunity to have that punched.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to punch you.
Hit her. And because of the women that star in it, and because it's an all-around classic film, is what they say. Matt
oh my
Baum,
God, Kyle.
Oh, what? Mike.
Also, Olympia Dukakis on the microphone of a radio station in a naked locker room, a men's football locker room.
This is something that
naked dudes all over the place.
No article mentioned dude butts. And I had to write this down on my own personal list to be like, there were dude butts, and we loved it. Butts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did not show up on this. Our friend Matt Baum, he was on the show 2,000 years ago. Is he still friend of the show?
I don't know. We run into him every once in a while.
Yeah. He did an episode of Sewers of Paris that, people talk about what media influenced them. And the guest said that it was Steel Magnolias, and helped the guest understand his place as a little gay kid amongst powerful Southern women. It's also the film that got him through election night 2016. So I think it's one of those things that also, like, there's certain songs that made me feel like I was okay and things were going to be okay. And there's a little bit of escapism. There's a little bit of like, time and place that it brings memories that it brings you back to. And so I think this is like a moment in time where, you know, people probably watch this and got to escape the shittiness of the world and like something and enjoy it, and it brings them back to that moment when they watch it again. So there's a little bit of like personal fondness that gay men just have for this movie. It's one of those things that's kind of like when gay people like it, it's a gay thing. And it doesn't matter what the thing is, whether it's actually gay or not. It's just, well, gay people like it, so it's gay.
Yep. I mean, that's how culture works for sure.
Yep.
Just who knows why? If you could predict how something goes viral, we would have a lot more money.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's not whatever we're doing. That's for sure. According to the Les Hangout,
Patreon.com/Gayest
the Les Hangout podcast said, quote, pretty much every woman in this movie is a huge dyke. They said, quote,
Shirley MacLaine, Big Dyke Energy on Weezer, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, she's a man-hater, right? Like talking about both of her ex-husbands and how like just fucking awful they were, and they might have been. And then that Owen guy, she like barely tolerates him or whatever. She kind of reminds me of my Auntie Gale. Olympia Dukakis, big drag queen energy in that movie. I think just real totes mask. I think in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It was interesting because I thought about this, and you mentioned even the gay men that love this movie. I did not think about this as a lesbian thing until I read the Les Hangout podcast summary of this and talking about, they said the basic plot of the basic plot can be boiled down to fuck men and hooray for female friendships.
Yeah.
Which I think is true. According to a presumably gay random person's blog on the internet, they said, because I was on the first page of Google, he said it is imbued with a gay sensibility and a soupçon of camp. Oh, sorry, a soupçon of camp. The Advocate had an article about the movie, and that was the first time in doing this research. I was near the end of my research, and the Advocate article is the first time I learned that the dude was gay that wrote it.
Yeah.
And then also one of the producers of the 2012 TV remake, the All Black remake, said, quote, I think that the women are completely honest and sensitive with one another, and it's a community that loves one another and expresses emotions, but with bitchy lines, big hair, and deep emotions. Best of all, it's smart. And I think gay people respond to smart material. So that's why he thought it was a gay classic. I think it is very much a gay thing to talk to people you love with a bitchy line. I don't love that about the gay community, but that's part of it. Like watch Drag Race or, I don't know. We're just kind of a little bit bitchy to each other. And that's just how we show our affection.
Yeah.
And then last one, according to IndieWire, they said, quote, because their casts are all top to toe iconic among the gays women who can induce tears and laughs and shout unforgettably quotable lines in the same scene. They also mentioned what's gayer than women trying to hold their shit together while men repeatedly fail them.
That's real.
Yeah. And they mentioned that it's an earnest story of found family. That's something we haven't touched on yet. This is a found family. They are not, related other than Julia Roberts, who she fucking dies. So who cares what she thinks? It is a found family of women that are there for each other, and they're like almost they are the more central relationships even compared to the husband or the men. So that's something that we respond to. Other things that I thought were not in the articles. No, I literally had no other. Fashion and hair was one, and dude butts. Those were the things that were not mentioned in those articles that I think were relevant. Does it deserve to be a gay classic?
Boy, that's interesting. Because we asked that about pop divas, and I think that that's a really interesting question, because we have a person who has agency who can then we can analyze, hey, do they put out content that's meant for gay people, or do they give money or use their influence in other ways to move the needle for gay people, or queer people and queer rights? Are they do they have a homophobic husband? We can analyze them as a human, and a movie that's off into the ether in 1989. I think it's a little harder to judge whether something deserves its place or not, because it doesn't really have agency as its own thing. So I'm inclined to say I reject your question, Kyle. Like,
well, that was fun.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like, whether it deserves it or not, it is, and like, there's.
But does it deserve that?
But does it deserve that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What would you say if you knew what you thought?
Oh, okay.
That's what my mom always had this trick when she tried to get elementary school kids to say what they thought the theme of the book was. They'd be like, I don't know. And she said, well, if you did know, what would you say? Which I love. I want to start using that I almost said that professionally to another coworker.
Oh,
when
okay.
I was like, who do I send these invoices to? And she said, I don't know. And I said, well, if you did know, who would it be? But I didn't say that.
Coworker, okay. Client, no.
Yeah, I didn't know if this kind of joke would land over the IM messaging system that we use, so I didn't say it. I think that you're right. There's something to the fact that it is a gay classic, so like we have to accept that, and there's a reason that it is that I maybe am not fully capable of understanding, because I was some few numbers of years old when this came out and didn't have this as part of my history. And I think that we can now luckily expect more from gay classics that we find, and they include things like actual gay characters, like gay leads, and they include gay actors that are playing those characters, and gay people not dying at the end. I think there are a lot of new expectations that we can have of media that we weren't able to have back then. And I think it sucks that we didn't have those things in. We had people are going to write in, and I know that we had other gay movies. There are gay movies out there. There are films out there, but there none that had this level of popularity and success. That were mainstream.
Staying power.
Yeah. So I just think we can expect more from our gay movies going forward.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Appreciate it for what it was and what it is, and expect better in the future is, I think, all we can hope for when it comes to everything.
And appreciate that there are people for whom this is very important, and understand, letting them have that without, at the same time as I don't think people should be judgmental about you haven't seen it, you're deficient. I also think if this is really important to someone, then that is important, and I value that. I value what is important to other people and think that's relevant. So yeah, it's important to gay people, so that means it deserves its place.
Yeah, I agree. Did we do it?
I think so.
Okay. Are you nervous?
This is the most I will ever in my life talk about Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, probably the same. Although I do kind of want to watch it again, which that's weird. Maybe
love it.
Maybe it wiggles its way right into your butthole, and you just have to keep going.
Maybe you're going to watch it again and be like, I love this movie, and I convinced I'd convert myself.
I don't think there's any way that's going to happen. But hey, at least now I know why drink your juice is the thing people say.
Yep. Now I know that too.
Should we take a break and drink some juice?
Do diabetics really do that? Okay. Yeah. Let's take a break.
Yes, Kyle, diabetics really do have to drink juice sometimes.
No, I know that. But do they do her violent, rejecting the juice and...
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sometimes.
Huh. I was like, why the fuck aren't you drinking this juice that you know you need? Also, she dies, but are we that sad about it? Because we knew it was going to happen.
Right.
How sad are we that Julia Roberts dies?
Did
on a
we
scale
know?
of 1 to 10. Yeah.
I mean, we knew. We
Her
knew
mom
it was
was-
a possibility.
Yeah. And her mom was like, the doctor said not to have a baby. And then she had a baby. So what did you think was going to happen other than the bad thing the doctors predicted?
Mm-hmm.
I just was not that sad when Julia Roberts died, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Me neither.
But you also don't like Julia Roberts, so.
And I was not that sad at the funeral. I wasn't that sad when Sally Field gave that speech, except that I recognized the truth in it and that I thought she was doing it well.
Oh.
I don't know. Do I need to push stop? What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, you can press stop. I don't know.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take
Are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest, but first, everybody, I said it before, I'll say it again. We're going to be at PopCon in Indianapolis, Indiana this coming Saturday, May the 9th at 6 p.m. in the main event pavilion exposition space. I don't know. It has a place. Go to the podcast stage. And we would love to see you.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a really fun show. It's going to be a really unique show that I don't think you would expect from us. So I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, they told us there's going to be kids there, so we've got to figure out how to do the PC version of this fucking bullshit. Yeah. Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on social media at Gayish Podcast, or you can find some ways to connect with our community by joining our Facebook group or our Discord by going to gayishpodcast.com/contact.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails. Hey, motherfuckers.
Whoa.
Leave us your Gayest and Straightest as voicemails. We need them. It's 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Our email is gayestpodcast@gmail.com.
Our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109. Is it time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Okay. My guest, I already revealed this to you, so this is kind of a letdown. My gayest is I got stood up by my therapist. So that's a little less gay than it was, but getting stood up is a gay norm in the gay world. My straightest is I did not go to the doctor for my eye infection. I'm just letting it run its course.
Sure. Yeah.
And that approach is working.
Just put some dirt on it and walk it off, big guy.
Just raw dawing eye infections.
Are you doing better? Are you okay? Are you going to live?
I'm fine. I'm just going to rub my eyes on a lot of people I don't like and see what happens.
Nice. Excellent.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, the gayest thing about me this week, it's a little bit older, but I'm going to throw it in here anyway. Bathing our dog in the new shower. Just something about a gay couple bathing their giant puppy. It just feels super gay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a homosexual moment for the Lifetime movie.
Yep. And then the straightest thing about me is I've been doing so much gardening that now I just have dirt all over the knees of all of my jeans, and I keep wearing them anyway.
No. Okay, I rarely wash jeans, but there's no active dirt that I know of. There's a lot of dirt, I'm sure, but no big dirt spots. So I don't know. I don't know about this one, Mike.
Yeah.
I may not support it.
Well, sorry. It's happening.
Okay. I don't know. You don't need my support to do what you do.
And then we got a Gayest and Straightest in a unique way. We got it as a postcard, and Derek picks up our mail, so he's going to read us the postcard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this comes from a listener in unnamed in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's all I know, on this lovely Sleeping Beauty postcard with Maleficent on the side. So their straightest: spending an entire day drinking beer to celebrate baseball opening day for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, I knew that.
Wow. No, I don't think that's right.
Cincinnati
Orioles.
Tigers? Okay. Well, and then their gayest was when someone on a work call unmuted and said, "It's Brittany." I reflexively snapped and said, "Bitch." Muted, of course.
I could not think of anything else other than saying bitch in response to that. So good call. Great, Mike, Derek. Love the auto quality that we have in this episode. Did you do it? I think that's it.
We did it. That's it. A special thank you to all of the people that were in Steel Magnolias who aren't dead.
Oh, how many of them are dead by now?
I know Olympia Dukakis is dead. She might be the only one, though.
Julia Roberts is dead to you.
Well, that's neither here nor there, Kyle.
Thank you.
Shirley MacLaine is alive. She's 92. Weezer is 92 now and just kicking.
Thank you to all the gay men fans of Steel Magnolias who are not dead.
Yeah. And the dude that wrote it is maybe also not dead.
Oh.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Don't hold your hat on that. Hang your hat on that.
No, he's dead.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, That's a downer to leave this episode on. Gayish. Okay. And also I want to thank our super gap bridgers. Thank you to Matt H, Jesse, Adam Y, Locomotive, Simon Srirachi, Kaylee Adams, Kid Oliver, Kobe Gordon, Squoggle, William Bryant, John Crowley, Stephen Porcio, Stossel, Jonathan Montañez, Forrest Nail, Steve Douglas, Explosive Lasagna, Michael Covington, Thomas B, Dusty Sands, A. Coleman, Chris Cacciatorians, and Jerome York. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Cacciatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See ya.
Drink your juice. Drink it. Alexandria.
Did I shit on your potential conversation point by saying no one cares?
No, because I think you're just accurate. I think you're just correct.
Okay. I mean, but that's kind of mean to be like, hey, I have a point of conversation, and then I'll be like, no one cares. I don't know. That's kind of not a good podcasting partner kind of thing to say.
There also might be somebody out there who's like, this is the most important thing they've ever conceived of, and you just shit on them.
Yeah, true. Oh God. Okay, sorry. Now and then I also interrupted you just now, so there's 2 strikes.
It's fine. News the first.
Yeah.